Yo, it's your boy Marcus, aka Just One Marcus on the Just One channel. The Utah Jazz were thought to be a team that would be straight into tank mode at the beginning of the season, but they got off on a really hot start and were high up in the Western Conference until recently. Lauri Markkanen has been going off this season. 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, half a steal, half a block, almost shooting 50, 40, 90. He's been the main reason why they've been competitive. Jordan Clarkson has also had a really good year though. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Also shooting very efficiently compared to his previous seasons here. So he's also a guy that helped them kind of raise their ceiling. So the West is a very tight group this year, very tight conference, and the Jazz right now are in 10th place at an exactly 500 record. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they fell down to around the 13th seed, because I feel like the Lakers are going to start heading up there. The Trailblazers will start heading up there. The Thunder, I feel like they're honestly a better team. They just haven't really proved it yet. But I think in real life, that's what they want to do. They want to kind of get down into this 13 range and then pick up a solid guy in the draft to move forward with the somewhat young core they have. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Probably build around Lauri for a couple years. Vanderbilt, Kessler, really good addition. Same with Sexton. He can be a good piece for us. Tim Horton Tucker, I'm not too sure about. Same with Beasley. And I don't know if I'm going to keep him around. Agbaji, he's going to come off the bench this year. Same with Azubuike. And maybe if they progress off the bench like as reserve guys, they'll get some minutes in the future. Here's what the lineup is for year one. Conley at 29, Clarkson at 31, Markkanen 33, Vanderbilt 33, then Kessler at 31. Because I really want these three guys here to progress a lot. And Clarkson, I may trade him very soon, so I want to give him a lot of minutes so he can keep putting up big numbers to have his trade value go up. Same with Conley over here. Then off the bench, we have Sexton as a 6-man with 19 a night. Olynyk getting 17, Beasley getting 17, then THT and Rudy Gay both getting 15. I don't think the Jazz would make a move in real life unless it's moving off maybe Conley or Clarkson. So I might look at a trade for that coming up right here. Like, see, we're already getting an offer for Clarkson here. I'm not going to do the CPU trade offer things though. So yeah, we're at the trade deadline right now. I'm going to look around for some trades potentially, but if they're not there, I'm just going to sit to the end of the year. So the Timberwolves are a buying team. D'Angelo Russell has had a pretty decent season so far. If we look at his stats over here, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal a night. Shooting pretty decent from 3. In real life, he's really like up or down. He'll have a really good game, then have a really bad game. And he's not that good defensively. Like, he's kind of a liability. If I throw Clarkson and Conley both in the trade finder together, we should have an offer from them for D'Angelo Russell. So yeah, right here, D'Lo and Jordan McLaughlin. If we really look at this, Mike Conley is kind of having a better season. He's shooting better from 3, putting up almost 2 more assists, still putting up a steal a night and 11 points pretty efficiently. Not really from the field, but from 3 he is. So he would provide them with some much needed playmaking and be like a good leader for their team that they're kind of missing right now. Then they also get a guy in Jordan Clarkson who can even come off the bench behind Ant for them and give them a huge spark off their bench, because if you look at their shooting guard position, they have Austin Rivers coming and backing up Anthony Edwards. So upgrading him into Jordan Clarkson would definitely raise their ceiling a lot. So like I said, D'Lo's in the last year of his deal. I don't think the T-Wolves are going to want to offer him a big contract at the end of this year. And I wouldn't be opposed to it because he's only 26 years old. I could kind of use him and Lauri for the next like 3 to 5 years while we build up more of our young guys. And if we can compete, cool. If not, we still have pieces we can move forward with. So yeah, we're going to do this trade with the T-Wolves at the deadline for this season, and they agreed. So just after a couple weeks, we already have a new lineup here. D'Lo's going to get 27. Same with Beasley in the starting spot now at 27. Because I don't really want to compete this season still. I kind of want to take a back seat and maybe get a good pick. And that lets me open up the spot to give Sexton some more run to progress. And I can also get Agbaji in the lineup here to start progressing early as well. Markkanen, Vanderbilt, Kessler all getting 31 because I still like how they're playing and want them to progress. And then yeah, like I said, we already went over Sexton. THT getting 19 now. I told you about Agbaji, and then Olynyk and Gay both getting 17 to run off the rotation. So now let's sim to the end of the year, and hopefully we can kind of drop down the standings, but we might win a couple games because of that trade. Okay, first season is about to wrap, and that trade definitely made us better, and maybe our bench guys just played a lot better with the different pieces around us. We're 45 and 36 with 1 game left against the Lakers. and we lose. So we go 45 and 37. Jokic is the MVP, putting up a 25-point triple-double. Paolo, Rookie of the Year. Mathurin, 6th man. Giannis, Depoy. Şengün, Most Improved, deserves it. And Mazzulla, Coach of the Year. Here's All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team looking like this. So none of our guys. All-Defensive first looking like this. And here's All-Defensive second with Edwards on there, actually. And your all-rookie teams. We get Kessler on first team, actually. So 10 points, 8 boards, 1 assist, 2 blocks a night. And he actually shoots pretty efficiently, not from the free throw line, though. So great to see that. And that is our only guy there. So we actually end up as a 3 seed, and the Timberwolves aren't even here. They're not even a play-in team, which is very surprising. I honestly thought that trade would make them better. Stats on the year, Lowry goes down a couple points from when we first saw him, but he shoots 50, 40, 86. So very efficient year and putting up a lot of boards. D'Lo, we got to go to his split stats here to see how he was before All-Star and since All-Star. So we came here, put up 3 more points a night. His assists went down, surprisingly. Steals stayed the same. And then if we look at his shooting got much better. 50 from the field, 44 from 3, and pretty much the same from the line. Sexton had a great year. 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 50 from the field, almost 40 from 3, and 84 from the line. So he definitely made us be a really good seed. Beasley had a solid season as well. Kind of just does the same thing out there year after year. Olynyk was a solid vet for us. Shot the ball well from 3 and stretched the floor. Kessler, we saw his numbers. He had a great rookie season. Vanderbilt also had a pretty good year. 7 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, a steal and a half. So he plays really good defense. His shot 3, though, if we look at the rating here, is only a B-. So maybe I'll have to look at his tendency if he's shooting too many of them. THT doesn't have a good season for us. I don't know if he's going to be here in the future. And then Na didn't play for us. But Ogbahi, in the minutes he did play, didn't play too bad. We also had Rudy Gay here, who had a terrible season. I don't think he's going to be back here. So round 1 against the Trailblazers. Can we actually compete right away in this rebuild? Dame, Simons, Hart, Grant, Nurkic, same guys they have right now. We're a better seed than them. So we could actually come out with this. We lose game 1. We lose game 2. We lose game 3. We win game 4. Can we somehow reverse sweep them here? Game 5. We win. Game 6. We lose. So we lose in the first round to the Blazers. Not that surprising. They have the more veteranship with Dame. Shai is your West MVP. Tatum is your East MVP. Surprisingly, the Thunder actually ended up pushing here. And the Celtics win with Tatum as your finals MVP for this 2022-23 season. So we should not have a high pick right now unless it's from one of the trades we had. So we actually have the 8th pick from Minnesota. Forgot about that, so that is great. Oh yeah, I forgot I traded them Conley and Clarkson to make them better when we had their pick because of that Vanderbilt trade, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's good for us, not good for them. And we also have the 22nd pick from us and the 28th pick via Philly. We do not have a head coach right now. I'm pretty sure Will Hardy is their head coach in real life, so I'm just gonna bring him back for another 4 years at like 8 mil, and he should accept it. He does. I looked for a potential trade for my picks, but I couldn't really trade them to who I wanted it to because the picks had protections on them. So I'm probably just gonna pick the best available guys at all these spots here. I don't think Sexton will be my starting point guard of the future, so I do like Carson Wallace here, who has really good grades and all-star potential. So I think I'm going to pick him up with my 8th pick. With my 22nd pick, I believe it was, I'm going to pick up Rajon Rupert, who has all-star potential and pretty good shooting and defensive grades here, so he can progress to be a solid guy. Then with the 28th pick, this guy Colby Jones, who's projected to go around like 8 to 15, fell all the way down to me. He has all-star potential and has some pretty good potential grades here to be a good defender and decent offensive guy, so I'll pick him up there. Here's what the top 7 ended up looking like if you want to stop and take a look. I was going to try to trade up to get this Mavericks pick, but it had a protection on it, so I couldn't do that, and they got a pretty solid guy there. So Carson Wallace comes in at a 77. He can play immediately. Rajon Rupert and Colby Jones, though, might need a couple years as reserves before they get minutes on his team. Okay, team player options. I'm going to decline Olynyk, except Beasley, because I probably look for a trade for him. THT, I don't want to bring him back. Jordan McLaughlin, I don't want to bring him back. Azubuike will take him back. Leandro Belmar will bring him back. Johnny Juzang and Micah Potter will also decline there. So we're bringing back Udoka, Leandro, Johnny, and Beasley here. I'm going to give Na the qualifying offer, and maybe I can find a spot for him here to see if he progresses a bit. So the plan was that I would bring D'Lo back, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. He only wants around 23 mil. I'm going to give him 25 mil for 4 years, so taking him until he's 31 years old on a bird deal, so he would get 31 mil at 31 years old, and he should agree to that, and he does right away. Then I'm gonna bring Nah back on a 2-year flat deal for 7 mil, just because if he's not working out, I don't want to extend him for too long and not be able to trade him, so that's just all I'm gonna give him, and he agrees to that. So that is going to be it for this free agency period. Let's go to player progression here. Lowry stays the same with D'Lo, but pretty much everyone else goes up, so that is great to see. Let's sim to this second season and get this younger lineup ready, and then start simming and maybe look for a Beasley trade. Here's the lineup for the second year. D'Lo at the 1. I'm actually gonna try running Sexton at the 2 because I feel like he's more natural at a shooting guard position because he's not really much of a playmaker. So this defense is gonna be terrible, but that's why we have Vanderbilt and Kessler, who are good defenders, to make up for it. Then we have Markkanen at the 3 still with 33, Vanderbilt at the 4 with 33, and Kessler at the 5 with 33, because I really like all these guys and how they play, and we don't really have younger guy or other guys on the bench I want to give too much minutes to. Beasley getting 19. I probably will look for a trade maybe before the deadline even. Carson Wallace, my rookie, getting 19 as well. Agbahi getting 15, Azubuike 15, and I'm actually going to put Leandro Bolmaro in the lineup too to see what he can do at 15. And then once I trade Beasley, Nah is going to slide into that backup 2 spot to replace Beasley over there as maybe the 6th man or maybe a 7th man. So let's sim a couple weeks here, maybe even up to the deadline, and then look for a Beasley trade. We're starting off really hot right now though. So I stopped at January 26th. We're 25-20, as you can see in the, well, as you just saw in the bottom left corner, or if we look right here, we're the 3 seed with that record. 3 all the way down to like 8 is very close though, so we could easily fall out of that. I honestly don't really care to contend right now, so I am going to shop around for a Beasley trade and see if we can move on from him, and even still we might be solid with Nah sliding in there. Okay, the Mavericks right now are a selling team. I highly doubt in real life if they have Luka they would actually sell, and they just drafted Brandon Miller, who they can progress with in a couple years here. So I'm gonna try to trade them Malik. Oh, what just happened? All right, here they are. So Tim Hardaway Jr. is having a very bad year as their small forward shooting guard. So I'm gonna try to trade them Malik Beasley for Tim Hardaway Jr. And okay, I can't get that pick. Can I get this pick? Maybe top 3 protected. Actually, I kind of want it unprotected. Okay, that's 2 stars. So Malik Beasley, they get like 4 years younger here. And Malik Beasley is having a great season, shooting 43% from 3, putting up 10 points, and playing decent defense compared to Tim Hardaway Jr. He's just having a terrible season. So right now we are getting a bit more value. So I want to see if I have another older guy here. I can maybe toss them. Maybe they want Simone Fontucci or Fontecchio instead. We'll see if they agree to this. They do. So we trade them Malik Beasley for Tim Hardaway Jr., who we're going to have to take his contract on, but I don't mind it. A future first in case they stay bad. I will get to benefit from that. And then another guy to give them a little more value. So like I said, with Beasley gone now, Nah is sliding into the lineup again at 19 minutes a night. We'll see what he can do. Everything else is going to stay the same until the end of the year. So let's sim to the end now. Maybe we'll be even better with getting addition by subtraction, but we'll have to see what happens. Second season is about to wrap, and we actually are better than last year. We go 48-33 with 1 game left against the Suns. So 49-33, almost a 50-win team with the guys that we have that we're running out. Jokic back-to-back MVP, Wemby Rookie of the Year, Pirtle 6th man, AD Depoy, Tyler Hero Most Improved, and JB Bickerstaff Coach of the Year. Here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team looking like this, All-NBA third team looking like this. So Tyrese getting on there now. We don't have any guys though. Here's All-Defensive first, All-Defensive second, and we should potentially have the chance to get a rookie, but we do not. So our record is good enough for the 3 seed again, and Minnesota is actually here as a 5 seed this time. Okay, I want to cancel this. I don't want to look at that yet. Sexton as the starting shooting guard puts up 22 points a night, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting very efficiently. So he actually played really well in that role. D'Lo also had, actually he didn't have a really good season for us. 16 points, 6 assists, 1 steal. Shooting dropped tremendously, so that's not good considering we just signed him to an extension. Lowry's shooting goes down. He still puts up 8 boards though and still shoots efficiently, so we'll take it. Kessler, 14 points, 12 boards, so he averages a double-double, putting up almost 3 blocks, His 3-point tendency, his 3-point shot is terrible though. He has a D+, so I'll probably just take his 3 tendency away completely. Tim Hardaway didn't play for us at all. Carson Wallace had a really good rookie year. 12 points, 4 assists, almost shooting 40 from 3, so maybe he should have got on an all-rookie team. Nah came in 11 points, 3 assists, almost shooting 40 from 3 too, so he had a really good year for us when he came in. Agbahi had a huge improvement, going from 31 from 3 to 37, and his field goal percentage went up. His free throw went down though, and his points went up obviously. Vanderbilt, pretty much like doing the same thing for us every year, just a solid all-around kind of guy to have on the court. Azubuike in his backup role also played well, 5.6 rebounds, a block, and shooting very efficiently, so he did well in the few minutes he got. And Leandro did not play too well in the minutes he got, unfortunately. So round 1 against OKC, the team that was in the finals last year. They have 95 Shea, 86 Giddey, 78 Dort, 80 Draymond, so they picked up Draymond Green, and 81 Chet. I feel like all around we actually have a better team, so let's see what happens here. Actually no, I don't want to do that. So game 1 we win, game 2 we lose, game 3 we lose, game 4 we lose. Are we gonna have back-to-back first round exits? We do. So unfortunately we lose to OKC in 5 games. I want to see okay, the T-Wolves are not running Conley at the starting 1. He probably regressed, so maybe they have him and what is his name, Clarkson, coming off the bench, but we do not care about that. We're just gonna sim to the end of this here. Garland is your East Finals MVP, and Jokic makes it out as the West Finals MVP. And the Nuggets beat the Cavs in 7, so Jokic gets MVP and Finals MVP in the same year. Okay, draft lottery. Let's see if that Mavericks pick, actually I think the Mavericks pick is a couple years from now, so I don't know if we would have a lottery pick this year. It does not look like we do, and we only have we don't even have our pick. The Thunder have our pick at 24, and it doesn't look like we get a swap with them there, so we don't even have a first round pick this year. Let's just skip to team player options then. Obviously Markkanen, Kessler, all these guys are just going to get accepted right away. We go to qualifying offers. Azubuike, he played well. I'll give him a qualifying offer, and then we're just going to have to bring him back after this moratorium period. I'm going to have to bring Vanderbilt too, I didn't realize, and Johnny Juzang just hasn't progressed. I'm just going to renounce him. So let's first bring Vanderbilt back here. I'm going to give him 17 mil backloaded for 4 years, so ending off at around 20 mil when he's 29 years old. He agrees right away. I don't know why it's making me renounce Azubuike though. Then I'm going to give Azubuike a 4-year deal backloaded starting at 8 mil, ending at 9 mil, so when he's 28 years old, his contract will be up. I just accidentally renounced his rights. I don't know why the game does that, so Azubuike's gone. I'm going to have to find a different backup center. I'm just going to bring Damian Jones here on a minimum. He kind of fits the system, so maybe he'll work out. So going to player progression now. You do not have enough room to sign Azubuike. Okay, yeah. I don't know why this game just automatically renounces players when I'm not asking you to do that. Really trash to still have that. Markkanen is progressing though. So is Russell. Literally everyone here is progressing except for Tim Hardaway Jr. and Damian Jones. So honestly, don't mind that. Let's sim to this 3rd season now. I kind of want to actually try to compete now since we didn't even have a pick to really kind of tank with and get a really good guy. So I'll probably go heavier on everyone's minutes for this next season. Here's what the lineup's looking like for this 3rd year. Russell up to 31 now, same with Sexton at 31. Markkanen getting pushed all the way to 35, with Vanderbilt getting 31 and Kessler getting pushed to 35 as well. Carson Wallace going to be the 6th man with 17. Rajon Rupert, the guy drafted as the 22nd pick a couple years ago, who has really good ratings now, has progressed to a 78, so he's going to get some run, 17 minutes a night. Also getting 17, with Agbahi getting 13 and Damian Jones rounding it off with 13. I feel like this team can make a jump this year. Let's probably sim till the end of the year. I don't think I need to make a trade, so we'll see what happens. I was simming and we were losing some games, and I realized Lowry's shot tendency was all the way down in the 60s, which is just not right. So I'm going to push him up to a 90, and then I forgot that Kessler, I had to take his shot 3 tendencies away, so I'm also just going to do that right now and then keep simming and see if we get any better. 2024-25 season is about to wrap, and we kind of fall off back a bit here. We go 45 and 36, 1 game left against the Suns, and we lose to 45 and 37. Ja is the new MVP, Booker Rookie of the Year, Cal Ware 6th man, Wemby Depoy, Jaden Ivey Most Improved, and JV Bickerstaff Coach of the Year. Here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team with 2 Cavs on there. All NBA third team looking like this, and here's your all defensive first, all defensive second, so none of our guys there, and we didn't have any rookies this year. So we're still a solidified playoff team here. This just the 6th seed now instead of the 3 seed. Sexton still has a really good year, 22 points, honestly pretty much the same as last year, just more efficiently. I was thinking of looking for a Sexton trade, but I might look for a D'Lo trade instead, because he has a bit of a better season, but just the two of them really isn't working out, which like obviously you could have figured that out, but I thought maybe it would work somehow. Markkanen has a better year, coming back to what he's capable of doing, 20.7 boards, shooting 40 from 3 again. We saw D'Lo's numbers, he kind of improved a bit, but yeah, I just don't think they work out too well. Kessler's still playing really well, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks a night, so this guy is a stud at the 5 there. Rajon Rupert is also a stud for us. Jesus, he has a really good rookie season. Carson Wallace also has a great year. He could honestly be my starting point guard of the future. Na has a good season as well. He's a solid guy to keep off my bench. Agbahi, another good season from him. Just a solid shooter. Plays pretty good defense, I think. What is his defensive rating? B+. So yeah, he's all right from there. Vanderbilt, maybe, okay, he shot 39 from 3. I didn't touch his tendency either. So he actually had a great year. I was going to say maybe I look to move him, but he's playing solid for me. And Damian Jones, I don't know why he has a 3 tendency. Came in. I'm going to have to take that away for the playoffs, and that was all our guys. So round 1 against Memphis, who have the MVP of the league, John Morant, 99 overall. Their 2 and 3 are very bad though, 70 overall players, but then Jaren is a 90, and they picked up Vucevic, 85 at the 5. So they have a lot of star power on their team, but we have a more well-rounded roster. We lose game 1 though. We win game 2. We lose game 3. We lose game 4. This is reminding me of the Hawks rebuild I just did, just not being able to get out of the first round. And again, we lose in the first round. So yeah, this offseason, there's definitely going to have to be some big changes. Scoot is the West MVP on the Rockets, with Giannis as the East MVP on the Bucks still. And the Rockets sweep the Bucks actually, with Matas Buzelis being your finals MVP. So draft lottery, do we have anything good here this time? It does not look like it. Skip lottery results. And just doing a quick glance, I don't see us in the lottery. We have the 21st pick, the 28th and 29th pick. I'm pretty sure the pick we traded for the Mavericks we'll get next year, but they were like 24th anyway, so that probably won't be that good of a pick. Okay, so I was just shopping around D'Lo trades because, like I said, I don't think he's working with Sexton, and I can even have I have Carson Wallace getting better right now, so I don't really need these like 3-point guard guys. And the first round picks I had this year and a future first, and the Trailblazers would offer me Damian Lillard, who's on the last year of his deal. So I'm pretty sure they could be looking to sell right now and kind of retool around Simons and Sharp and these other guys here. So I honestly wouldn't mind doing this trade for 1 year of Dame and just trying to get a push over the top to try to go for a chip, since we've been a pretty good team, just haven't been able to get out of the first round. And I don't really care about these picks anymore because I already have a bunch of young guys coming off my bench and in my rotation that are good enough. I don't even need really Monte Morris here. I'm going to see if maybe, okay, they have the 3rd pick in the draft, so that's why they're kind of selling from Dame. Is there another solid guy here I can pick up? They have Malik Beasley now. Art Morris, I picked up in one of my other videos. There's really no one else here that I would really like. Honestly, Nazir Little could be an upgrade, but I do have my other guy who's playing really good. So maybe I'll just try to snag like a 2029 first from them in return. That's probably not going to be that valuable, and maybe it could be valuable, which will be good for us. So yeah, we're going to do this trade with the Blazers, trading them D'Lo for Dame and a bunch of first round picks getting swapped. And they agree. So I have the 29th pick in the draft only now, and I think I'm going to pick up this guy Ding Patel, who has pretty good ratings. Actually, I think I'm going to go for someone else because I got Ding Patel in one of my other rebuilds. I'm going to pick up this guy Rakeem Pasavi, who has all NBA potential and decent grades. So Rakeem comes in at a 69, and then my assistant GM drafted this guy Suma Sorella, who is a center, and he actually has decent ratings, so I'll accept him too. Team player options, all these guys here are gonna get it. I'm not gonna give Leandro the qualifying offer. I have too many other guys that are better than him right now in my rotation, so he's just not gonna get any minutes there. So Markkanen is a free agent right now, and I am going to give him a bag, probably 31 mil. Bird for 5 years, so he'd get 40 mil by the time he's 33 years old, and he should accept it. Then I'm also going to re-sign Nah on a 3-year Bird deal starting at 7.5 mil, ending at 8.7 because he ended up playing well for me. So Markkanen and Nah both agree. Leandro we're renouncing, and then these other guys are getting renounced as well. So that is going to be it for this 2025 free agency. We got all the guys back that I wanted to, and if we look at this player progression here, I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of reworking I did here. So Dame obviously regressing, I'm fine with that. I have other guards I can play once he's done this year. It's just kind of a trade to do right now to see if we can push over the edge for this 1 year. I moved Vanderbilt as my new backup 5, and Rupert is going to slide into my starting 4. And this other guy I drafted, Colby Jones, who has really good grades, has actually progressed to the point now where he's going to need minutes too. So I'm fine running these two out as my power forwards. And that's pretty much the only change we made here. I feel much better with this roster to go for a deep playoff run. So we'll get this new lineup ready and hope it works out this time. Here's what the new look lineup is looking like. Dame getting 33, Sexton 31, Markkanen 35, Rupert into that starting 4 spot getting 27, then Kessler still there getting 31. 6-man Colby Jones now getting 21 a night, Carson Wallace getting 17, Vanderbilt 17 as the backup center, Nah getting 15, and then Abahi down to 13. If Sexton and Dame is not working as a backcourt, I will look for a Sexton trade to try to get a more defensive-minded shooting guard, but we'll get to there if we need to. Let's sim and see what happens. All right, I stopped at the trade deadline. We're 35-19, which is a really good record. It's only good enough for 3rd in the West, though. We're only 2 games out of 1st, though. If we go to scouting and team intel over here and move over a bunch over to the Timberwolves, they're a selling team with Ant on the roster still. I would be willing to try to put together a package to put him beside Dame instead of Sexton to make our defense better. And other than that, there just really isn't any other teams with shooting guards I would be willing to trade for. So I think that is going to be the only thing I look to do here. So this is what I'm going to start off with here. Sexton, who's having an insanely good season. Just don't think he works well in a shooting guard position. And I don't think he has the abilities to play point guard or just the way to play it well in this game. Vanderbilt is not having the best season right now. But if they want to kind of like rework around the guys they have with Cat, Gobert, and kind of just try to get in a little bit of a more competing spot again, getting these 2 guys would help them a lot, and I would give them their pick back so they could pick up a good guy plus a future Cavs pick. If that doesn't work, I'm going to keep loading the picks on, but I feel like this is honestly a pretty good offer. In this situation, maybe Ant just doesn't like the way that the franchise is handling him, so he would want out, and they like I said, they are selling. So let's see if they agree. They do not. So now we're just going to keep adding on these 1st round picks. I'll give them another one of their future picks back. They still don't agree. What about a future Blazers pick? Still doesn't get it done. There's really no other good trades to make, so I'm just gonna sim to the end of the year and hope that they can work it out. I feel like the team is still really good though, like their record's good, so let's hope it's enough to get out of the 1st round. Okay, 2025-26 season is about to wrap up. We're 51-30, so finally an above 50 win team, and we win the last game, so 52-30. LaMelo is your new MVP. Nazir Cunningham, Rookie of the Year. Max Lewis, 6-man. Chet, Depoy. Robert Dillon, Most Improved on the Knicks. And Steven Silas, Coach of the Year. Here's your All-NBA first team. So Brandon Miller is already on first team with Luka. That's kind of scary. Here's your All-NBA second team and All-NBA third team with Ant on there. Unfortunately, I couldn't trade for him. Here's your All-NBA first, All-NBA second. We get Kessler, or All-Defensive. We get Kessler on an All-Defensive team. So that's good to see, and I don't think we had any rookies. So once again, we're good enough for the 3 seed. This honestly feels a lot like the last Hawks rebuild I did. Laurie's points went down a bit here, but we do have other guys who can shoot the ball and put up good numbers, so that's okay. He still shoots pretty efficiently. Sexton also goes down, but he shoots like you saw at the trade deadline. His efficiency is insane this year. Lillard also had a really good season, 16 points, almost 7 assists, shooting almost 50, 40, 90. Rajon Rupert came in and played great. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, shooting almost 50, 40, 90 as well. Walker Kessler, he had an all-defensive season, 12 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks a night, shooting efficiently. Carson Wallace has a huge jump too, shooting almost 40. Actually, he did shoot 45% from 3, 12 points, 4 assists coming off the bench. Colby Jones coming off the bench, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, shooting 47, 39, 78. Nah also, okay, I don't know what I did there. Nah also had an insane season, 9 points, shooting 47 from 3. Agbaji also jumped up in his 3-point percentage this year, going from 36 to 44. Still put up a decent amount of numbers. And then Vanderbilt is the only guy who didn't have the best season, but that is okay if the other guys had the seasons they did. Round 1 against OKC once again for the second time in this video. They still have 95 Shea, 91 Giddey, 80 Jiang, 81 Jalen Williams, and 90 Chet. So it's definitely going to be a tough matchup. I feel like they should be the higher seed. We win game 1 though. We lose game 2. We lose game 3. Can we make a comeback? We lose game 4 again, man. Once again, back-to-back rebuilds. It seems like I cannot get out of the first rounds. We win game 5 and we lose game 6. Like, come on, man. What more? I'm making the trades. I'm doing good stuff. Bryce Bow on the Raptors is your East MVP. Shea is your West MVP. So we lose to the Western Conference champions, and the OKC Thunder lose to the Raptors, who win with Scotty Barnes as your Finals MVP. Okay, I should have some decent picks this year. At least I was supposed to. I don't see us though. Okay, we're at 9, and we end up going to 4th. So we jump from 9 to 4. That is huge for us, and that looks like it is the only pick we have in this draft. Okay, so the Clippers last year were the worst team in the league. If I put together a little, okay, I didn't mean to do player finder. If we go trade finder, put up Jarrett Vanderbilt, okay, not marketing, Jarrett Vanderbilt, the 4th pick, and that other T-Wolves pick, they will offer me Sabonis and Chris Middleton, who both have multi-year deals. So I'm not just going to get guys on 1 years now. And Sabonis last year, 15 points, 9 boards, 6 assists, shooting pretty well still. And Chris Middleton also is still an efficient player even at 34 years old. I think I'm going to do this trade. I'm in win now mode with my guys. I don't want to keep getting younger guys to try to keep progressing and progressing. I need to get out of the first round. I need to compete. So I am going to do this trade with the Clippers in the offseason. Dame accepted his player option too, so our lineup is going to be pretty stacked this year, and I can bring all these guys back as well, who are really good bench guys for me. Sexton though is going to have a qualifying offer, same with Kessler and Agbaji. I got to make sure I get Kessler back. That's the one main thing here, but I'm going to give them all the qualifying. So Kessler is the main guy I have to give a deal to. I'm going to try to give him 25 mil for 5 years, so ending off at 33 when he's around 29 years old. He should accept it. Hopefully I can sign him to it. So let's see if this works. It does. So I get Walker Kessler back. Honestly, I would be willing to give Sexton another deal, probably a little cheaper though, for like 21 mil for 4 years back. We'll see if he accepts that. Oh, actually I can't sign him to that. So Agbaji and Kessler I probably won't be able to give deals to unless I can get you back at like 7 mil for 2 years. Bird, can I give you that? Okay, I can give Agbaji that deal, and we'll see if he agrees to that. It's taking him a while here. Still doesn't agree to it, and he finally agrees to it. I do need a backup center right now. I think I'm just gonna give Xavier Tillman a 1-year deal for about 5 mil, and if I can get Sexton back, maybe I can put together a package for a more solid backup center. So he agrees to that. Let's just sim to player progression and see if Sexton comes back on the qualifying if no one picks him up. And he actually does, so that is huge. So player progression this year, we have a bunch of high 80s guys. Dame dropping down though, but I'm okay with that because Carson Wallace is now ready to go into that starting point guard spot. And yeah, our whole roster is just very balanced. So let's sim to the 2026-27 year now and probably look for a Sexton trade for a better backup center. Okay, so I was gonna look for a Sexton trade, but I honestly love this lineup right now. Carson Wallace at the 1, Colby Jones at the 2, Markin at the 3, Sabonis at the 4, Kessler at the 5, with Rajon Rupert coming off the bench as a 6th man, Dame 7th man coming off the bench, Middleton coming off the bench with 18, Sexton getting 15 minutes a night, and then Xavier Tillman as a backup center with 9 minutes a night. I honestly think this team can go really far. At the deadline, if they're not doing well, I will look for a trade for like the other guys like Agbaji and Nah to maybe move off of them to get a better backup center. But we'll see what happens when we get there. We are at the trade deadline. We're 38-16, which I haven't actually looked at yet. It's good enough for 2nd in the West. I did look to see some of the player stats, and Sexton actually isn't having the best shooting year. He's shooting 37% from 3, a huge drop from his last season, and Nah is a really good rotational guy, so I would potentially be willing to trade Tillman and Sexton for a better backup center, like just maybe a more true guy who is just gonna like be more of an impact for us. So we'll see if I can find someone. So the Knicks would trade me Clint Capella for Sexton, 2 first-round picks, and Agbaji, but I also have to take back Quentin Grimes, which I don't want to do. So I'm gonna see if I can just make this work somehow without those other 2 guys. So I'm actually gonna take back this guy Taylor Bowen, who is a young guy in the G League for them, and give them another young guy in Rakeem Pasave. I feel like this is more of a fair swap. So I am kind of getting fleeced here, but I really want to go all in this year and get a more solid backup center. So I am going to do this trade with the Knicks, and they agree. So here's what the new lineup is. 1 to 5, all the same, except now we have Capella coming off the bench instead of Tillman, and Na is going to get those minutes that Sexton was playing. So I feel like that makes us better. Let's sim to the end of the year now and hope it was worth it. 2026-27 season, which is, I believe, the 5th year of this rebuild, is about to wrap, and we are a 60-win team. That is what I like to see. 1 game left against the Mavericks, and we lose. So 60-22, Wemby MVP, this guy Rookie of the Year, Jaquavion Smith 6-man, Chet is your depoy, Jaquavion Smith most improved as well, and we get Coach of the Year. So let's see that. Do we get any All-NBA guys this year? I'd be surprised if we do, because our roster is just so rounded out, and we do not. Do we get an all-defensive guy? We actually don't still, and we would not have any rookies. Stats on the year, Lowry is leading the way with 19.6 boards, shooting 50, 40, 80. Great season from him. Carson Wallace in that starting point guard spot, 19 points, 9 assists, 2 steals, shoots 50, 47. Gotta hit his free throws though. Great season from him. Rajon Rupert had another great step-up year, 17 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, steal and a half a night, shooting 50, 40, 86. Colby Jones in that starting 2 spot actually flourished. 16 points, 4 boards. He also had 9 assists, 50, 40, 70. So he had a great year at the starting 2 spot. Sabonis came in and played efficient for me. 14 points, 9 boards, 6 assists, shooting almost 40 from 3. Lillard off the bench, only 12 points, 4 assists, but he still shot 40 from 3 and 90 from the line. He's getting paid like 60 M's though, but honestly, if we win a championship, it's worth it. Walker Kessler, 11 points, less than 10 boards because we have Sabonis there now, but he still shoots very efficiently and gives us really good defense. Chris Middleton off the bench did just all I wanted him to do, shoot efficiently when he had to. He did that. Capella came in for me. Let's look at his split stats here. Before All-Star, his points kind of went down a bit. Boards also went down a bit, but he was getting less minutes. He still gave me a block a night though, and his efficiency was still the same, so we'll take it. Na came in for me and played a lot better than Sexton was playing. 5 points, shooting 55, 43. Needs to hit his free throws as well though. And then these other guys here did not play for me. So we are obviously the 1 seed. Who do we have here? We have the Spurs, who are the 8 seed. Let's see who they have on their team. 81 Tyus Jones, 85 Jet Howard, 86 Mbako, 85 Kuminga, and 81 Bagley. This should be a very easy win. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, dude, don't do this. Game 5, we win. Please get us out of here. There's no shot, dude. What is happening? I'm simulating this with Simcast to hopefully have some better luck here. If I actually lose this though, I'm gonna rage. Like, there's no shot. You make me lose in the first round again to an 8 seed as they're coming back, going to the second. Please just pull away with it. It's still kind of close. It's too close for my liking. And they're kind of coming back. 4 minutes left. Please just pull away. Okay, we get out of the first round finally. In 7 games. Who did it for me there? Rajon Rupert and Markkanen came up big for me in that closeout game. That's why I like to see. And now we have a very tough matchup going against the Mavericks, who have 98 Luka, 90 Brandon Miller, and 89 Ban, with Naz Reid and Marcus Sasser rounding off their starting 5. I just gotta hope our depth wins it for us. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we lose. Game 3, we win. Game 4, we lose. Game 5, we win. Can we get out of here in 6? We do. So we are in the conference finals now. Oh my god, my throat is so dry. If you didn't watch the last video, I'm coming off of an illness and my throat has been very scratchy. So the Pelicans have 91 Isaiah Collier, 90 Nick Smith, 96 Zion, but then they have Andrew Wiggins and only a 77 John Ball at the 5. So I need Walker Kessler to cook here. Let's see if we can make it. Game 1, we win it. Game 2, we lose. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, we win. Can we force? Actually, we're gonna make it anyways. We lose game 5. Can we make a comeback? Game 6, we win. So we're going to another game 7. simulate with Simcast. Hopefully we can come out with it and make a finals run. It's very close right now. Going to the second, going into half, they're kind of pulling away. We got to make a huge run to make a comeback. And it seems like the Pelicans are just too good. Zion just went crazy. We're getting absolutely blown out here. We lose by over 50 points. That is embarrassing. Isaiah Collier is your West Finals MVP, and Scotty Barnes is your East Finals MVP. Can the Raptors go back-to-back? They do not, so we end up losing to the NBA champions. I am going to do one last year here to see if we can kind of pull away with it. I'm going to approve this just because I don't like that rule. Draft lottery, I don't think we would have anything good here. And yeah, our pick's at 29. I don't really care about that right now. Staff signing, I think I am going to look for a better head coach because, what's his name? Will Hardy couldn't get me over the top. I see Ty Lue here. He never wants to sign with me though, so I'm just going to give him a deal. And if he doesn't sign with me, I guess I will have to give Will Hardy an offer. So I'll give him one too, just in case, for like 10 mil, not as much. Ty Lue will actually accept, so I am going to agree there because he just has better ratings. Maybe he can get us over the top. I don't care for my pick this year, so I'm just going to sim through it, and he ends up being a 72. I'll just accept him. Team player options, we have none. Qualifying offers, Rajon's going to get it. This guy, Taylor Bowen, okay, I don't, does he have good ratings? If he does, maybe I'll keep him. He does not, so we're going to get rid of him. Carson Wallace, obviously coming back. Colby Jones coming back. And this guy, Sumalia Sorelia, has really good ratings, and he could be a good backup center for me. So I'm going to give him the qualifying as well. We are probably losing Dame here. My priority is going to be to bring back Carson Wallace and Rajon Rupert. So I'm just going to sim through this. Honestly, I think I'm going to have to get rid of Capella too. I doubt I'll be able to get him on a 2-year deal. But yeah, sim through this. Okay, Rajon Rupert's already getting a deal. We're going to match that. And after this moratorium, I'm going to have to throw Carson Wallace a deal. So he only wants like 22 mil. Oh, wait, this is Colby Jones, not Carson Wallace. So yeah, Carson Wallace wants a lot more. I'll give him like 31 mil for 5 years, Bird, because he deserves it. He agrees to that right away. Colby Jones, I'm going to give him like 21 mil, Bird, for 5 years. He should agree to that. And he does right away. Player progression. We do have some regression from these guys now, but our team is just so solid all around, and they just work so well together. I feel like we'll be good. So let's get the lineup ready for this last year and sim through it and see if they can get over the top. Here's what our final lineup is looking like. Carson Wallace at the 1, Colby Jones at the 2, Markin at the 3, Rupert taking Sabonis' spot at the starting 4 because he's just better now, and Kessler at the starting 5 still. Sabonis 6th man, Chris Middleton 7th man, Agbaji 8th man back in the lineup, and Sumala Sorella as my backup center as the 9th man. Then Nah going to be the backup point guard, now getting 10 minutes a night as the 10th man. We have a 5-star balance system proficiency, so we did it without me even trying to do it. That should be huge for us, getting a really good record and playing really well. Let's sim this last year and hopefully get it done. Last season is about to be wrapped. We kind of struggled at the start of the year, so it made our record not be as good. We were 49-32 though, with 1 game left against the Rockets, and we lose, so we don't get 50 wins. Scoot is the MVP of the league. This guy's rookie of the year. Azor Thompson 6th man. Wemby is the deep boy again. This guy is most improved. Steven Silas. A team won 70 wins. I think that's the Rockets. Win 71-11. That is crazy. So here's your All-NBA first team with Scoot on there. All-NBA second looking like this. And no other Rockets were on the All-NBA teams. Here's all defensive first, all defensive second. We still don't get Kessler back up there, and we do not have any rookies. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the Rockets won 71 games, and we are the 4th seed this year. I'm not going to spend too much time on the stats here. If you want to take a look at it, Rajon Rupert though led the way for us this year, putting up 24 points, 6 assists, 2 steals, shooting almost 50, 40, 90. Carson Wallace, 19 points, 9 assists, 2 steals. Also had a really good shooting year. Colby Jones up to 17 a night. Also had a great shooting year. Pretty much everyone here shot the ball well. Sabonis came down a bit. Middleton also regressed in his shooting a bit. Agbaji shot well though. Nickel had a great shooting year as well. And that was pretty much all our guys. I want to see what Sumela Sorella did. 5 points. Where is his rebounds at? Oh yeah, 4 boards, 1 block, so pretty solid for us. He didn't shoot that well though. So let's see who the Lakers have here in 2028 on their roster. 82 Marco Jackson, 88 Kyrie Irving, so Kyrie actually ends up going there. 92 Jaylen Brown, 85 Dylan Mitchell, and AD is still there at the 5. I feel like we could beat them. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we win. Game 4, we lose. Game 5, we win. So we gentlemen sweep them, get to the second round. to go against the God Squad Houston Rockets, who have 98 Scoot, 94 Jalen Green, 90 Matas Buzelis, 91 Jabari Smith Jr., and 85 Kyle Phillips. This is a 70-win team. I'm pretty sure. We can double check here just to make sure. And yeah, 71-11. I will be shocked if we beat them. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we lose. Game 3, we lose. Are we gonna get swept here? We do. So we get swept in the last year here to a 71 team who ended up losing to the Suns. Xavier Booker cooked them and brought the Suns to the finals with Wemby as your East MVP. And who wins this 2028 season? The Magic do, with Wemby as your finals MVP. So that is unfortunate. I'm going to do one last year here just because I feel like I have really good young guys who are progressing, and I just want to see if they can make it work somehow. So maybe I could look to do like a couple more trades to make this team a bit better, as I don't think we would have any good picks. We only have the 24th pick. I don't really care for the picks anymore. I'm just going to run through this. Oh my God, my throat got dry again. Run through this quickly here. Not really stop at too much stuff, and just show you the roster maybe and any trades I do. I'm gonna trade Middleton to the Nuggets just to get off this salary here and send them some future draft picks. I'm honestly not even gonna take that pick back because I feel like it's a fleece, so we're gonna do that. So I quickly went through free agency. We got all of our guys back. As you see, Markkanen's regressing, same with Sabonis. I brought in D'Anthony Melton as a backup shooting guard because I lost some other guys like what is his name, Middleton. And yeah, everyone else here is probably pretty much the same guys we're gonna run through. So I'll get the next year's lineup ready and just show you what it's looking like quick. Before the season starts, actually, I'm gonna try to get off of Sabonis's deal, which has 1 year left, because he's older and I don't think he'll play as well for me. Throw them a bunch of first round picks and a young guy here in Jermaine Jenkins for Kuminga, who can even start at the 4 for me, or back up Rupert, or even be a small forward for me. He can play either position. And Bull, who could also stretch the floor and be a good backup power forward for me. So I think they would agree to this, and they do. Here's what the last year lineup is going to look like. Carson Wallace, Colby Jones, Kuminga actually starting at the 3 now, with Rajon Rupert at the 4 and Kessler at the 5 still. Markkanen 6th man, Bull 7th man, Sumala Sorella 8th man as my backup center, Ochai as my 9th man, and Na as my 10th man again. I think we would still have a pretty high system proficiency here, still 5 stars, so we should still be really good. Hopefully some of the guys can progress and we can get over the top. This will definitely be the last year though. Okay, I actually skipped through all the awards and the All-NBA teams, but we ended up as a 6th seed. We actually had a really bad year. We started off really terrible, and it was hard for us to climb back. We only had 43 wins, so 43 and 39 on the season. The reason for that though was because guys like Ochai Agbaji decided to just stop knowing how to play basketball. As you can see here, 33% from 3 and 33% from the field. And then Melton, who I picked up, also played terrible, so I just took their minutes away. And everyone else though played pretty well. Kuminga though didn't shoot well from 3. Well, he didn't shoot as good as he did last year, which was disappointing. But other than that, everyone else played pretty good. So let's see if we can get a miracle here against these very tough Mavericks, who still have Luka and 92 Brandon Miller and 89 Bam. They have Sexton now at the 2, so Sexton revenge series here. They have a good chance of winning. Game 1 we win though. Game 2 we lose. Game 3 we win. Oh my God, I pressed simulate with some cast. Game 4 we lose. Can we get an upset here? Game 5 we lose, and Game 6 we win. So we're forcing a Game 7 here in round 1. Can we somehow get the upset? So far we start off up in the game, but the Mavericks can't come back very easily. Going into halftime, we're blowing them out though, and then just like that they come back, like I said. And are they going to take the lead? Going into the 4th, we're still up, and we blow away again, and we win. So we upset the Mavericks in the 1st round to get our revenge against the 2-seeded Rockets, who still have 98 Scoot, 95 Green, 91 Jabari, but they lost someone else, I think. I don't know if Mbako was there at the 3. I thought they had another 90. And their center is terrible, so we can maybe cook there. So let's see what happens. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we lose. Game 3, we lose. Are they gonna sweep me 2 years in a row, bro? Game 4, they swept me 2 years in a row. I'm done with this video. They actually get out of the West this time, and they still lose, so like don't even get a finals. The Magic win with Wemby as your finals MVP. So another disappointing rebuild. We can't make it to the finals, but this team does have really good young guys here like Rupert Wallace, Kuminga, who are actually kind of like middle-aged to young guys who can keep progressing, and you have some good vets here. Yeah, I think they could still be good for a couple years in the future, but ultimately we still did not get it done. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss a video. I post 3 times a week. Comment down below what you thought. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we get some better results. Peace.